Hi there. In this quick video I'm going to attempt to repair this PARKSIDE ratchet. I will link in the description the video with the set from which this one came from. I also have a smaller one, but it's at my father's at this point. So let me see if I can fix this. Also, I want to point out the idea on how to fix this came from a subscriber, or at least somebody in the comments. Not sure if he is actually a subscriber. So yeah, initially I took a really good look at it, and this end right here was the riveted end of this piece right here. So in theory, no way to open this thing up. Well, the subscriber told me, hey, watch out, those two are actually pressured together. That just did not seem possible. But I went in with a screwdriver and started to pry on this thing, and I actually was able to leave a mark on it. Do you see right there? And that made me realize, wait a second, this is not metal on this side, so clearly it's not the same piece as this one, because this is metal. So yeah, what I did to get to this level, with a flathead screwdriver, just prying on the underside of this, and it's already lifting it up quite a lot. But now if I push it like this, you can see this end is lifting up. And I think I can grab onto this so I don't damage this even more. Let me see how that goes. And let's grab onto this, and it's out. So look at it. It's just, actually it's not a screw, because it doesn't have a thread on it. It just has these different levels like a Christmas tree, and it's pressure fit into this plastic that now comes out. Yeah, so kind of cheapo. More expensive tools actually have this in form of a screw that you can unscrew, but hey, I guess it kind of worked for them. So now let me see if I can fix this. And the problem with it was, oh, this is too small. It was slipping really badly. I need to get something bigger than this. Be back in a second. Okay, now with this thing, let's see what happens. In the comments, the information was that he basically cleaned and oiled his unit, and then it worked perfectly. So are we this lucky or not? Screws out, and this is all that we have in here. This is kind of simple, and if I push the plastic thingy from the other side, let me bring more light in here. Let's push this. Okay, and that fell out. So when I'm rotating it, it's just, you see, engaging or not engaging. So yeah, I think I will do exactly what he did. Clean this. It doesn't have any oil or grease in it whatsoever. This is actually disturbing. No oil or grease whatsoever. What is this? Are you kidding me? Yeah, let me try and make sure there's nothing on this. No grime at all left. These springs might be honestly a bit too weak. I'm going to try and extend them just a tiny bit, but the spring itself will still be weak, so nothing that I can do about that. But sometimes this helps just a tiny bit. I could replace the springs, but I do need something conical like this. Wow, really weak springs, man. But this plastic, really, Jesus, that's just, yeah, anyway. Now that I see what's inside of this tool, I trust it even less, but grease it up and see. Maybe with a bit of grease it actually works, who knows. Okay, let's start putting this thing back together, and I'm going to throw in some quite thick grease inside of this. Did I put it in the wrong way? Yeah, obviously. Take two. Please ignore the error. Yikes. Getting my fingers dirty. This is kind of a high temperature grease, so not really necessary in here, but this is, I think, the one that I have most of, so if this does not really fix finally the issue, I'm not crying over grease that I used, at least. Okay, that to me looks quite well greased, and it seems that, yeah, I think we have enough here, don't we? Let's start putting some things back in place. But nothing was greased whatsoever, even down there where these pins stay. Nothing was greased at all, absolutely, in this tool. So this to me is, I don't know, it's more than weird, but are all of them like this so they don't grease them up? Does that make any sort of sense not to be greased up? Maybe I'm missing something, I don't know. Let's put this little guy in. Okay, not really staying in place. I need a flat head. Now it's in its place. Now if this gets closed and I feel like it might work properly, although only if I use it in time, I will know if it works properly or not, honestly. It's really hard to test it when you don't have something to to do, because you are not putting the same amount of torque on it as you would when you are actually working on something. And I will put also more grease right here where everything engages. I should have actually put on this maybe, so I'm getting it out, and like this, making sure it's full of grease all around, so everything is able to just engage a little bit better. Maybe it's a bad idea in tools like this to have grease, because maybe it makes them slip even worse. I have no clue. I'm going with the comment that I got about cleaning and greasing. This was cleaned, so nothing that I needed to do about cleaning, but yeah, we can grease the hell out of it, that's for sure. On all sides. I'm not bothered by that. Maybe I did overdo it just a tad bit in there. But if I overdid it on one side, let's overdo it on both of them, don't we? Okay. There's that. Now the springs, I tried to search for some springs. Closest that I found and a bit stronger was this, but it's at the limit. And what I'm thinking, they put smaller springs because this plastic, basically, if there's a bigger spring, this will not be able to push it out of the way. so this would break. And I think that was the limiting factor for them, sadly. But yeah, I did spread them a tiny bit, so they do feel like they are pushing just a tad bit more. But who knows? We'll see if it helps or not. Maybe changing the springs will actually do the trick, but then maybe this will break. It's really flimsy. So, and maybe the grease will destroy the plastic in time. It's not how a tool like this should be made, and I don't trust it to go anywhere and work with it. Just at home, if it fails, I just grab a different one and be done with it. But anyway, I will also tell my father how I managed to open this up. Maybe he opens up that is it at my parents' place, and yeah, we'll see. This spring is kind of a pain to put back in place. Trying to push it right there, and it's grabbing. Okay. Okay. Grease the spring just a tiny bit also, so it can be a bit floaty in that area. If it needs to move, it can move it if it has grease, otherwise it will be quite grabby, if that's a term, on the metal. But with this amount of grease, it can move everywhere or anywhere it wants. I don't know. I'm just guessing at this point, but yeah, plastic plus weak springs. This is why this thing was slipping from time to time, sadly. Like, yikes. But now maybe it will be a bit better. Although the problem is that the one that was slipping even worse is the tiny one that is not in my possession at the moment, so there's that. Okay, this just went out of place. That's weird. They are kind of allowed to go up a bit too much. As you can see, they are much shorter, and the only thing keeping them in place is actually this. So yeah, I guess don't really like that, but nothing more that I can do. So I consider there's enough grease in this thing now. I'm not going to put more than that. We'll see how it works. Okay-ish. That I shouldn't have pushed it like that. Okay, still in place. Don't put plastic in tools like this, please, companies. That's just freaking dumb and cheap, and nobody benefits from that. You will sell a cheaper tool for the moment, but customers will not like it, and bad reputation will appear in time. And after bad reputation, it's kind of hard to get back on track, my opinion. Yeah, this is a cricket and I'm not using it as a cricket, but look at this guy. This is pure metal. It's a Bosch little tool. Doesn't even have it poking on the other side, so this has a different construction altogether. But this little guy never slips. This, on the other hand, yeah, we all know how it went. The screws are also kind of small, so I cannot tighten them too much. Oh, and I did tighten them enough that everything locked in place. What? Are you kidding me? Let me see. If I grab onto this, maybe I can make it rotate. Oh, maybe both of them are actually locked. So that would actually mean that it's not rotating in any direction whatsoever. Yeah, both of them were actually. What? Okay. So in this side it's not working. Ah, it is working. We'll see in time. It's, yeah, extremely flimsy tool. And now we just hold on to this and pop this thing back in place. But jeez, this is flimsy. Look at this. I can pop it in place with my fingernails almost. Just smack it a tiny bit with this. Oh, actually no. Yeah, that's somewhat reassuring that I need to put this on something and smack it a bit better. Smacking continues. Yeah, it's quite tight in there now. I think I'm also going to put just a tad bit of grease around this thing so it gets under the plastic. I should have put maybe some from the start, but then there was a risk that it will go where this thing actually should grab maybe, and I also forgot, so we have that going. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Might work, might not work. We'll just see in time. Cleaned up all of the excess and we'll see how well it works. For the moment, seems to be doing just fine, but who knows in time and if I put it to a real test. But for that, I need to work with it basically, not just play around. And we'll see for the small one also. A good while later, doing exactly the same to the smaller one. Let's get this out of here. Let's see this crap Chinese thing that got bent in plastic. So I don't care about it anymore. At this point, it's just stupid crap. Let's get this out. At least it was good. It was good for that, but yeah. I just love Chinese things that are good for nothing basically, but it was good here. Let's open this and take everything apart exactly like in the other one. Okay, so for the moment it seems to be working, but the problem will be when you really put tension on it to see if it actually works or not. And in theory they are fixed. If they really properly work, no matter the load you put on them, well, that's something to be found out later. Ask me in the comments, but feel free to try this on yours. You have absolutely nothing to lose. Either it works or it's still damaged and non-working, so I would try in your place. But yeah, for me, you can ask me in the comments. For the moment they seem to be working, but for how long and how well, who knows. And that's about it for this video. Hope it helps you, in which case please give it a like, check out my other videos, and as always, see you in the next one.